everyone, I'm back and I have a quick project that I wanted to share with you today. I decided to join the challenge giveaway that Shilpa is doing, and her channel is Craftangelonline, and I'll leave a link below. I am such a big fan of hers, and I've been watching her for a long time, and I'm just amazed at her talent. She does such beautiful work. And if you're not familiar with her, you'll definitely want to go over and check her out. You won't be disappointed. I guarantee you, she does beautiful work. I just, as I said, just love her work. And so I was thinking about joining the challenge, and I kept putting it off and putting it off. And finally I wrote to her and asked her if it was too late. And she said, nope, you have plenty of time, so go ahead and send it in. So I went to work and made my flowers, and so I'll be able to get them in the mail, I think, on Monday. And so I think I'll have plenty of time to get it there. And so what you're looking at right here is just a card I threw together for her. I wanted to send her something, you know, to go with the flowers. And so I have a note, handwritten note inside for her. But this is just an image of a little girl that I printed on fabric, and she's got her Christmas tree in one hand and a little bouquet of flowers in the other hand. She's all ready for Christmas. I just thought it was such a cute image, and I stitched it onto some scrapbook paper right there. And then I just added a little tag that says Noel, and then I had mostly just a lot of paper flowers on here, 3 larger ones here, and then some smaller ones in different shades of pink, and there's some really dark ones tucked in the corner down there. And then 3 little rosebuds there. And then I've added a few velvet leaves, one here and one there, and then a little bit of a lace trim. And then there's another fiber in here that's kind of like burlap. And then I have a stick pin there and a little metal embellishment back there. And the stick pin actually has a little snowflake hanging on it right there. And so that's the card that I'll just put in the package. And so the flowers that I made, this is, she only asked for 2, and if I didn't mention, I'll leave a link below so that you can go over and check it out. But I decided to send a few more than that. I think I've got 5. But so this is the first one, and so I made it, I started with these little petals that are made out of a velvet fabric, and I have it finished off on the back with just a little doily. So you can see I've just put all the little petals there in a little circle. And then I put a gathered organza fabric here in the center, and then one of those doily connectors in the middle, which looks like the flower stamens, and then a little bit of bling in the center there. So that's the first one. And then the next one, this one I did in pink, and this one is done also using a velvet fabric, but it's in a light pink. And then I did this pink chiffon fabric going around it, so it's very soft. It's soft in the center, and it's soft on the outside too. It's kind of poofy feeling. And then I finished it off with a doily on the back too. And then the next one I did in white, and I just took some lace and gathered it, and this lace has a little bit of tulle on the inside edge. You can see my finger behind it there. And then I added some of the same types of petals that I did on this flower in a circle here, and then I added a layer of organza. Oh, I'm sorry, that's actually a tulle. So there's a layer of tulle in the center there, and then a pearl button that has rhinestones in it. So that's that one. And then the next one is another pink one, and I used the same pink velvet fabric that I did the gathered part of the flower, and then I did another layer in a really light, it's actually a sheer lace ribbon, not really a lace, I guess it's a sheer, it's kind of an organza, I think, type of ribbon. And then it's got a delicate little pink edge on it. And then in the center, I added 3 little acrylic leaves, and then the little pearl with the bling around it in the center there, and it's also finished off with a doily on the back. And then the last one I did was this one, and so it's kind of more of a really shabby feel. And I started with a doily, and then the next layer is a layer of cotton lace, and then the next layer is a fabric that I got from a lady's blouse. It was a ruffle, and I used part of that to make another layer on the flower. And then I've got a few appliques. There's one there, and there's one over here, and then there's a tiny one right there with pearls on it. And then the center layer is from muslin, and I tore it to get it to be really frayed like that, and then gathered that for the center, and then added that little pearl with the bling around it. So that's the last one. Then I decided, well, I've got to put those in something, so I made this little pouch to put them in. And excuse me, what I did to make this pouch, I just took some muslin fabric, and there's 2 layers of it. So this is, I covered up all of the stitching, so you can see on the outside the stitch lines that are kind of all over it. And so basically you just go to your box of ribbon scraps and lace scraps and things like that, and you just lay them down on top of whatever size fabric that you're working with, and then you just stitch it all down in place. And then after I got everything stitched in place, then I lined it. I just put the lining on the back of it, and then I closed it. I just used those little metal snaps that we used to have on our clothing years ago. So this is where I would put, of course, the pocket where I would put all the flowers in there. And so it's real easy to make. And then for the center part here, for the flower, I just used 3 doilies. I've got one that's avocado dyed, and then the other 2 are in a cream color, and then a piece of pretty bling that I already had in my stash. And then there's the back, and you can really see the pieces of laces and things all over the back. A little bit of doily there, and also up there. So you can just use, you know, whatever you want. And the sparkle part of it is, let me show you what I used to get that. This is what I put on the outside, and it's fantasy fiber, and I got it from a place called Crafty Saver. I've had this stuff for a couple of years, and a little bit goes a long way. And you just pull it out and just pull it apart and lay it down, and as you stitch, you kind of trap it, you know, under your stitching. So that's kind of how I came up with the sparkle on the book. But this is used for a lot of different things. It says you can press it, you can stamp it, cut it, weave it, sew it, and wash it. So yeah, so that's what I got. And I have it in 2 different colors. This one is called Cotton Cloud, and it has a little bit of pink tint to it. The other one that I have is just all white. It has no color to it. So that's what I will put in the mail for the challenge. So I guess that's it for now. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care. Enjoy your day. Bye.